Hi, this is Marcin with Durward again. Today we're going to share with you one of the principles of Aikido, which is the Irimi. And Irimi, it means the entry, the step forward, moving forward, right? This is a bit specific for Aikido because under attack usually people have a tendency to protect themselves when they are being hit, to cover up, to step out, to be out of range. But in Aikido we like to enter, get closer, for different reasons, and we want to discuss this a little bit today and share with you some examples and show you how it works and what is the advantage of doing it. So, stay with us for another few minutes. Well, when we talk about finding yourself in a situation where you are being aggressed by someone, he's striking and so on, the natural reaction of most of us would be to protect ourselves and to try to stay out of the range, right? So if Durward is striking me, I want to protect and get out of the range somehow. Maybe closer the hands closer to the head. I'm not even really used to it, to be honest. But this would be the natural reaction, right? Staying out of the range of the strikes, protecting ourselves, our head, our face, our teeth. And this is one way of dealing with it, but in Aikido we very often apply the principle of Irimi, and Irimi means it's the step forward, it's the entering, it's the active entry into the situation, into the attack. So for an Aikidoka, if Durward is attacking me, if I'm dealing as an Aikidoka, I might simply go by the strike, get closer, get more information, get more options of connecting to the center line, taking the balance, and so on. So Aikido is more based on this Irimi principle than just on protecting, blocking, and avoiding, right? So I'll let Durward now go a bit more into the details about this principle of Irimi itself.
Okay, so with the principle of Irimi, then it's much larger than just moving your body in. Although that's the basic physical, beginning point. With any attack, we might simply just try to move towards our partner without being hit. So the idea, as Marcin had said, instead of running away or staying outside of the range, is to get in close. So if he attacks, want to move in. Okay, almost like a ninja trying to, sneak into the other side. Okay, so you can practice this in different ways. One is just simply stepping in as he punches, and you can do this in many different ways. Okay, and obviously the more you practice this, the easier it becomes. You just you start to move in a bit closer. Okay, and that can be done in several different ways. Okay, so just taking some time to practice those. Now there are techniques, obviously, that are called Irimi Nage, where you have specific movements, okay, and they basically mirror this action of stepping into the attack. Okay, so we're doing this and trying to just get offline just enough where we don't get, hit, so to speak, or affected by the attack itself, and moving into a place where we can connect to our partner. Okay, and doing this now, we have a lot of information here. So once I get in close, I want to stay close. So if he wants to do another attack, then I just stay with him. I stay in that Irimi state, so to speak. I keep moving in, which allows me then to stay with him. So I stay close. Now physically, I stay close, but also in a sense where I can feel him, okay? And what I mean by that is if I'm in a physical state close enough, just that simple fact of touching my partner gives me a feeling of where he's moving, right? Even if I close my eyes, I can feel where he's moving. So that's staying in physically close by feeling, okay? When you do that, you can practice that by just closing your eyes and get a sense of where your partner is by keeping your hands close, right? Because as soon as you lose that contact physically, then you lose the feeling, okay? Now that's just on a physical point. Okay, so we can also talk about Irimi as a certain amount of presence. Okay, so what I mean by that is starting even before he attacks, right? So if I'm already present before he attacks, then I have a possibility to respond even before he attacks, or when he attacks, even if it's right at the moment when it comes up. Now, if I'm really present, I'm already there, so to speak, right? I'm already with him, right? Then I can actually sort of invite the attack. Okay? It doesn't mean that I'm the attacker. What it means is that I open up a channel for the attack to come through. I don't wait for the surprise. Okay? In a different scenario, this could mean in a verbal conflict where I say, okay, hey, what's going on here? Instead of waiting for him to shout out, whatever the problem is. Okay? So we could take this on different levels.
So let's have a quick look at a few advantages of this, applying this Irimi principle in Aikido, how it works. So one of the things is clearly that when I reduce the range, I'm getting into the distance where the strikes of the opponent are not that dangerous anymore. Okay, so when I'm at this distance where he's just reaching, when he strikes me, here he develops the highest energy of the strike. So it makes the most damage. When I get closer as he strikes, he's striking already behind me, and if he wants to strike closer, here I'm already because I'm close, I'm already kind of locking his hand to make it difficult for him even to develop the strike. And even if he comes now from the other hand, but from a close distance, even if he strikes, he doesn't have that space to develop the energy, the power of the strike. So it is, in a way, being that close is safer for me. And it gives me also the information. I can make it difficult for him to continue striking. So if Durward continues now one after another, maybe I get close. So this one is already I'm behind, so already difficult to strike when he looks for it. Now I went away, I got a strike on the back. So actually, you see, it's important to stay close in the Irimi. And the other thing is that it gives me information. So as Durward was explaining, when I'm in contact and close, I get the information about what his body is doing, what he's preparing next. So I can get this information earlier. Now, Irimi is one of the principles of Aikido, and a special one. It's developed as part of Aikido. It is what makes Aikido different, probably from most of the other martial arts. But it's not the only one. There are many different principles in Aikido that we apply, that we use beyond the techniques, or that are actually supporting the techniques and the way the techniques work. Some of the principles we have covered already in our earlier videos, so you get the playlist with Aikido principles in the description of the video. And we'll be making some more videos about some other principles. So about different ways of moving or reacting to attacks and the principles that we apply and how they work and what they give us. So stay tuned for our future videos.